Hi, my name is Charlotte Viktorsson and I'm a PhD candidate at Uppsala University in Sweden. I'm going to talk about our article in Developmental Science titled Infant Sense of Approximate Numerosity, Heritability and Link to Other Concurrent Traits. The approximate number system is the ability to perceive approximate numerosities without relying on language or symbols. This is an ability that is present already in early infancy and that develops throughout childhood, so we get better and better at this. It has also been found in other species as well, suggesting that there might be an evolutionary advantage to this ability. When measuring the ANS in adolescence or adulthood, we can simply show participants a set of dots in two different colors and ask them to quickly determine which color of dots there are more of. In infancy, what we can do is to use eye tracking and show them a video with two streams of dots, where on one side the number of dots is constant, and on the other side the number of dots is changing. We then calculate the total looking time at the stream of changing numerosity, so on the side where the number of dots is changing, and divide that by the total looking time at the screen, giving us a measure of ANS acuity in infancy. And the reason for measuring this in early infancy is that later in life we have found that ANS ability is associated with mathematical ability. It has also been found that ANS ability has a genetic overlap with general cognitive ability in adolescence. However, no one has looked at the etiology of the ANS in early infancy, and no one has looked at whether this is an independent ability very early on in life or whether it is associated with general cognitive ability already in early infancy. So what we did was to assess over 500 infant twins at 5 months of age. And we did an ANS task, and we also measured nonverbal ability and general attention. We did find that the ANS acuity was not associated with total looking time at screen, suggesting that this was not just a general attention measure. And we did find that ANS ability was moderately heritable, suggesting that some of the variance in ANS ability at 5 months of age is due to genetic variance. We also found that shared environment did not have any influence on this measure, and that non-shared environment had quite a lot of influence on this measure. We found that nonverbal ability was moderately heritable as well, but that there was no association between nonverbal ability and ANS ability. Even when we divided the nonverbal ability into different subscales, such as gross motor ability, fine motor ability, and visual reception, there was no association with the ANS, suggesting that the ANS is actually a very independent trait early on in life. And this is quite interesting because that might suggest that there are different cognitive abilities that are heritable and independent early on in infancy, but that throughout development become correlated. More studies are of course needed in order to determine how these cognitive abilities are associated over time and how they affect each other. So to summarize, this twin study of 5-month-olds showed that the approximate number system very early on in infancy is a heritable skill and that it is largely independent from other cognitive abilities very early on in life.